Welcome back to the channel. Look what I got. Casio Waveceptor WVA106. I'll put the whole number here on the screen. It's a long one. Sunburst blue. Look at that. This was supposed to be new. Bought it on eBay. But see those scratches? I asked the seller. He said, no, it's a new return. Well, if it's a return, it's not new. Either way, I don't care. It was pretty cheap. I think I paid like $40 for this nice Waveceptor. You can see it had signal. I've had it for like 2 or 3 weeks now. It receives time every night. It only receives time from the US 60 hertz antenna for Collins. Has the world time right there. You can set it to wherever you want. Only goes one direction since this one is the light. EL light. Oh, and it has loom also. Alarm. I think it has 4. 3 and the snooze, I believe. Yeah, there you go. The signal. I think this is like a data. It has things that I don't even know. Stopwatch. Resets over here. And this screen here is when you change the battery. We're about to change the battery. If the hands go out of whack, they're not aligned with the digital, or you want to set it to a different time, this is where you do it. HS. So look at this one. So this one was scratch, very bad shape. I had to take it apart and paint it. Do you see the difference? It's close enough for me. Close enough. I really like that sunburst red. And it has a sub. I should have had this ready. Let me set this up here. I installed the sapphire glass. Why? Let me see if I find the original glass. I found the original listing on the Wayback Machine website. And it's supposed to be resin. Look at this. But I gotta say, it feels like acrylic. And of course it doesn't have a packing seal, so it's glued in place. It's only 50 meters water resistance. And look at this one with the rubber straps. All these watches are discontinued. This one, the glass looked like this one over here. And I think I got it to look pretty damn nice, don't you think? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install the screen protectors on these, just in case I'm gonna wear them. And this one doesn't need it since it's sapphire. So the way you do this is you set this to like 5 or 6. Set it to 6. Make sure you're touching. See that? Bam. Now I'm thinking I should have bought one with like AR coating or something, but I'm really not gonna use these watches a whole lot. Maybe if I go out to like a dinner or something, because let me ask you something. This one of my nicest divers, Orient Mako. And I gotta say, 7 times out of 10, I might choose this one or this one. Not because they're better, but because they're gonna be on time, and I don't have to set the time on this one. So all I gotta do is grab it from my atomic time station, or my Waveceptor station. That's how I'm gonna call it. And just put it on. Keep on walking. I haven't used this one in like maybe 2 months, and you can see the date is out of whack. So that's gonna take a while to put it back in time. And this one, I did a little water resistant test. Nothing too crazy. You can see it here on the screen. Not that I'm gonna go swimming with it, but I want to be sure that if it's raining or something, I don't have to worry about, getting it wet. Now, I could just open up the bracelet over here, but why not do it over here? That way you can see it. So this bracelet is also discontinued. I think you could get it on, they still have it on eBay, some eBay sellers. So the one that comes with the rubber doesn't have this piece. The rubber strap has similar connection here. You just unhook the spring bar down here with this metal bar and just hook it here. And you can see this one is black on the bottom. I even place that this module over here, and it kind of looks very nice with that red part over here. Really like it. So I'm not gonna have to take that one out. Don't need to. All right, let me put something down here, because I don't want to scratch that glass before I put that screen protector. I was able to buy, I think, the last 3 O-rings for this watch in the United States. I think there's more, but from a seller that's in Austria, I think it is. But that O-ring is long discontinued. Hopefully this O-ring doesn't look that bad. Look right here. That's an old one from this one. That was all beat up. There's a new one. The WVA104 uses the same O-ring. It's a little flat. Yeah, I'll change it. Might as well, I have it. So to take off this module, you have to take off this clip right here, and it's held in place with 3 clips, 1, 2, and 3. So you have 2 metal plates and 1 white like spacer. You take that off, and then the module comes off in an angle. Pretty simple. And to put it back, just in case, this little hook here, which is like a ground to the chassis, goes underneath this top one right here. I've seen old posts about people changing the battery on this watch, and when they put the back cover on, the screen goes blank. And when that happened, most likely is they either remove this rubber spacer here, or this transparent tape here. So the battery is probably making contact with the back cover. That's probably what's happening. I want to see what kind of battery this is. This is a max cell. 1620, and it's pretty new because it has this logo. So the seller changed the battery, and that was not part of the item description. This is how they lie. Now Maxwell is not that bad of a battery, but I'm going to install a new one. Remember on a previous video I said these were coming in bad? Well, the seller sent me some extra ones, and the two that are missing are the ones here and on this one, and these work perfect. So let's try a third one to see if it's working nice. Okay, you can see it didn't even do an AC reset. Where is my little jig here? All right. All right, so now I gotta set the hands, right? So the way I do this is I go to HS, press adjust, and now with these two, this one goes clockwise and with this one goes counterclockwise. So I'm gonna move it all the way to 12 o'clock. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And it went 1 minute forward because the digital. See, the digital went to 12:01. But I want this to be at 12. There. Now I'll do another AC reset. Didn't do it. There. And now they're even at 12 o'clock. Now they're perfect. All right, so let me get this new O-ring. See, it has a little tab there. Gotta align it here. Sometimes when I'm like about to buy a watch, if it's a fairly new watch and it says new battery, I have second thoughts about buying it, because most of these sellers, they don't really know how to do it, and what they do is they don't lube the O-ring, and then when they're putting back the back cover, the O-ring moves, and then it gets pinched and it damages the O-ring. And something like this, I bought the watch because I knew I already had bought the O-rings. If not, I would not would have gotten them. Another thing you have to worry about is not so much with this one because it's not solar powered, but there's some sellers. I bought an MTG 900 on Mercari, but the seller is also on eBay, and they're out of North Carolina. And what they're doing is they're putting CR1616 batteries, and they're claiming that it has new batteries, but it's in the incorrect battery. And then I try to buy another watch from another seller that's also in North Carolina. And surprise, surprise, he sent me, I've even paid for the watch and everything, and he sent me a message saying, hey, it has the CR1616 battery. You still want it? So what that tells you? It tells you that it's probably the same seller or they're related. You know what I mean? Kind of deceiving to be selling watches with the wrong battery, especially a solar watch, which the watch could get damaged because the solar panel was trying to charge a battery that is not rechargeable. You know what I mean? So you put that in. These spring bars are also, oh look, this one is damaged. And the guy said it was new. Look at this. You see this? You just can't trust anybody. And the problem is this thing is also discontinued. This thing is like 11. Let's take a measurement. I said 11. That's not right. Let's do a measurement here inside. 21.1. So if you do use a 21, it might work, but you might have to because the thing is the tip with these old watches. The newer spring bars or that the replacement ones, the tip is either too skinny or too thick. So if it's too skinny, it's not gonna properly hook up to this part right here. And I think this is why he bent it. Look. Let's see, where is my spring bar tool here? I don't see it. I didn't think I was gonna need it. I'll use this. There. Got it. So, did I tell you the measurement of the glass? It's 33 millimeters and 2.5 millimeters thick. In case you have one of these or you're planning on getting one and you want to change the glass. Is it going to be water resistance once you do the change of glass? Well, it depends on how good you do the glue job. You know what I mean? But yeah, new battery. I installed before I install the the screen protector, I want to polish it up just a little bit, and just to be sure it's nice and clean. Do you have one of these? Let me know down below. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Boom.